Hey guys, I'm out for an evening walk. I got to go to Jenny D. Page's studio today and listen to her and Lisa Draper talk about their experiences with their art business and be in a room full of artists and aspiring artists and people who feel the draw to be creative in some way or another. And it's just got me thinking about my journey. It's been 9 years since I started painting professionally, and it's not very long in the grand scheme of things. I just remember when I first started out trying so hard and wanting every piece to be an absolute masterpiece. And the disappointment of not being as good as I wanted to be was hard to face. I just kept going because I knew that I had more in me. And I'm so glad that I did. And I'm so glad that I still am, because I know there's so much growth yet to happen. I'm a baby in this. One specific time I remember, it was probably one of the worst struggles in this journey, was just I went to 3 art shows in a row where I painted away trying to get enough art to make a whole display at the show, and I had grid walls to set up and art to hang, and I had to move all this stuff in my car, and it was heavy and hard, and putting it up was hard, but then taking it down after I'd been on my feet for hours talking to people and nothing sold, and having to pack every single piece back into my car that I brought with me, and doing that at least 3 times in a row. Can't remember exactly how many shows it was, but I know it was at least 3 where I didn't sell a thing. At the end of this last one, where I hadn't had any sales at all, or any even almost sales, it was just I was so tired and so worn out and just exhausted, not just from the last few days of being at this show, but from all the rejection, what felt like rejection over and over and over again. I remember driving home that night and just crying the whole way home. It was an hour drive, and I just cried and cried and cried. And when I got home, I had to unload everything and put it away. I remember thinking, I give up. This is worthless. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about what I'm creating. It's obviously not good enough. I just want to take it all and set it on my curb with the garbage. And, maybe if I put a free sign out there, someone might be interested in taking something. I remember reaching out to someone who's been a mentor to me, Dan Wilson, and I sent him a text, and I was like, Dan, what am I doing wrong? You've got a perspective I don't. You've had more experience in this. Tell me straight up. Am I not good enough? Am I just not cut out for this? Should I just quit? If I'm not good enough, let me know so I can just, stop before this gets even more painful. And all he said was, all I can tell you, Katie, is just keep going. Just keep painting. And that night, I pulled out my journal and I wrote down this one question. If I never sell another painting for the rest of my life, would I still paint? I wrote a lot, had a lot of thoughts to process and work through. But at the end of all that, I decided that I absolutely would still paint. because even if it was only for me and God, it was worth it. So I kept going. And I decided from that point on to be more intentional about not trying to please other people with what I was creating, and just create for me and God. I guess the lesson in all this is, even if you feel like a massive failure and it's really hard, just keep going. Just keep creating. The only way to fail is to quit. And God can't steer a parked car, so you have to keep moving.